Slowing down just to look at collisions or anything else out of the ordinary. A. Causes traffic congestion. B. Prevents rear-end collisions. C. Improves traffic flow by preventing collisions. The correct answer to this question is A. Causes traffic congestion. This behavior is often referred to as rubbernecking. When drivers slow down to look at an accident or anything else unusual on the side of the road, it can cause a chain reaction of slowed traffic behind them, leading to traffic congestion. It can also increase the risk of accidents, as drivers may not be paying full attention to the road ahead. You want to turn left at an upcoming corner. Give the right of way to A. Upcoming vehicles also turning left. B. All approaching vehicles. C. Pedestrians on the sidewalk waiting for a walk signal. The correct answer to this question is B. All approaching vehicles. According to traffic rules, when you're planning to turn left at an intersection, you must yield the right of way to all approaching vehicles that are close enough to be a hazard. This includes vehicles that are going straight, turning right, or even those turning left. This is a general rule to help prevent accidents at intersections. Which of these is true about other drivers? A. Drivers always obey traffic signs and signals. B. Drivers using turn signals always turn in the direction indicated. C. Never assume other drivers will give you the right of way. Answer: C. One of the key principles of defensive driving is never to assume what other drivers will do. This includes assuming they will yield the right of way when they should. Drivers might not always act predictably or follow traffic laws, and making assumptions about their behavior can lead to dangerous situations. A large truck is driving in the middle of 3 lanes. You want to pass the large truck. It is best to pass A. Quickly on the left and move ahead of it. B. Very slowly on the left and move ahead of it. C. Very quickly on the right and move ahead of it. Answer: A. When passing a large vehicle like a truck, it's typically safer to do so on the left because the truck driver has a better field of vision on that side. You should pass quickly, while adhering to the speed limit and safety measures, and not linger in the truck's blind spots. Which of the following is true about vehicles displaying a diamond-shaped sign, indicating a hazardous load? A. They are not allowed to drive on freeways. B. They must stop before crossing railroad tracks. C. They are not allowed to exceed 35 miles per hour. Answer: B. Vehicles displaying a diamond-shaped sign, indicating a hazardous load, which usually means they are carrying hazardous materials, are generally required by law to stop before crossing railroad tracks. The speed limit posted on a road is 55 miles per hour. When this road is wet. A. Maintain a 55 miles per hour speed. B. Drive 5 to 10 miles per hour under the limit. C. Drive 20 to 25 miles per hour under the limit. Answer: B. While it's a good idea to reduce your speed when road conditions are less than ideal, such as when it's wet, 20 to 25 miles per hour under the limit might be too conservative and could actually disrupt the flow of traffic. A reduction of 5 to 10 miles per hour is usually more appropriate and still allows for increased reaction times and stopping distances. There is 1 lane in your direction. The vehicle ahead of you often slows down for no apparent reason. You should A. Speed up to pass the vehicle as soon as possible. B. Increase the following distance between you and the other driver. C. Flash your headlights quickly to alert the other driver. Answer: B. If the vehicle ahead of you often slows down for no apparent reason, it's safest to increase your following distance. This gives you more time to react if the vehicle slows down or stops suddenly. It's also generally less stressful than trying to pass the vehicle, which could lead to a dangerous situation if the other driver isn't predictable in their actions. You hit a parked vehicle and can't find the owner. What must you do? A. Call your insurance company when you get home. B. Wait for the owner to return. C. Leave a note with your name and address on the parked vehicle. Answer: C. If you happen to hit a parked vehicle or other property, make an effort to locate its owner. It's important to identify yourself before departing. If locating the owner proves impossible, leave behind a note containing your name and address, as well as the name and address of the individual who owns the vehicle you are driving. Securely attach the note to the vehicle. Afterward, promptly report the incident to the police or, in areas not within city limits, to the CHP. You are driving on a 5-lane freeway in the lane closest to the center divider. To exit the freeway on the right, you should: A. Carefully cross all the lanes at one time. B. Change lanes one at a time until you are in the proper lane. C. Slow before beginning each lane change. Answer: B. Changing lanes one at a time is generally the safest way to move across multiple lanes. Each lane change should be performed individually, ensuring that the lane is clear and signaling appropriately for each move. You may not stop a passenger vehicle at any time. A. Next to a curb painted red. B. Next to a curb painted yellow. C. In front of a school when children are present. Answer: A. In many jurisdictions, a red curb generally indicates no stopping, standing, or parking under any circumstances. You see a vehicle approaching from the rear. When you check your mirror again to change lanes, you no longer see the vehicle. You should: A. Look over your shoulder to be sure the vehicle isn't in your blind spot. B. Turn your signal on and change lanes slowly. C. Check your outside mirror to see if the vehicle is in your blind spot. Answer: A. When changing lanes, especially when you have observed a vehicle in your mirror but it disappears, it's essential to check your blind spot by looking over your shoulder. A person may legally ride in the back of a pickup truck when: A. The sides of the pickup bed are at least 24 inches high. B. The back of the pickup is covered with a camper shell. C. In secured seats and using approved safety belts. Answer: C. While regulations can vary by jurisdiction, in many areas, people can legally ride in the back of a pickup truck if they are in secured seats and using approved safety belts. What does this sign mean? A. Maximum speed limit zone. B. Maximum speed 45 miles per hour. C. Maximum speed limit zone ahead. Answer: C. Such a sign is typically used to alert drivers that they are approaching a zone where a specific speed limit applies. This gives drivers the chance to adjust their speed accordingly before they enter the zone. What should you do when you see this sign? A. Never exceed the indicated speed limit. B. Not drive slower than the indicated speed. C. Be prepared for slow-moving vehicles on the highway. Answer: B. Regulatory speed limit signs are rectangular-shaped, featuring black characters and numbers set against a white background. These signs inform you of the legally permissible speed limits. Provided the conditions permit, you may drive at these speeds. However, in the majority of states, exceeding these limits is strictly prohibited under all circumstances. On the other hand, advisory speed signs are marked by black letters placed on a yellow background. You see a pedestrian with a white cane at the corner ready to cross the street. The person takes a step back and pulls in his cane. You should: A. Stop and then proceed through the intersection because the person is not ready to cross. B. Stop your vehicle a minimum of 6 feet from the crosswalk and wait for the person to cross the street. C. Honk your horn to let the person know when to cross the street. Answer: A. When a visually impaired individual retracts their cane and steps back from the intersection, it is generally an indication that you are cleared to proceed. If you are unable to see the road ahead driving because of heavy fog and your wipers do not help, you should: A. Slow down and continue driving. B. Turn on your high beams and continue driving. C. Pull off the road completely until visibility improves. Answer: C. In conditions of heavy fog, where visibility is severely limited and windshield wipers don't improve the situation, it's safest to pull off the road completely until conditions improve. It's important to get well off the road so other drivers don't run into you. If you are towing another vehicle or trailer on a freeway with 4 lanes in your direction, you may travel in A. Any of the traffic lanes in your direction. B. Either of the 2 right lanes. C. The far right lane only. Answer: B. In many places, vehicles towing trailers are restricted to the far right lanes on freeways with 4 or more lanes in one direction. This allows faster traffic to pass on the left. The exact rules can vary by jurisdiction, so it's always a good idea to check the specific laws in your area. On a sharp curve, you should use your brakes to slow your vehicle. A. Just after you enter the curve. B. During the entire time you drive through the curve. C. Before you enter the curve. Answer: C. It's safer to reduce your speed before you enter the curve, then maintain a steady slower speed throughout the curve. Applying brakes while in the curve can cause the vehicle to skid. You are driving on a freeway posted for 65 miles per hour. Traffic is heavy and moving at 35 miles per hour. The best speed for your vehicle is most likely A. 25 miles per hour. B. 35 miles per hour. C. 65 miles per hour. Answer: B. 35 miles per hour. The safest speed to drive is with the flow of traffic, even if this is below the posted speed limit. In this case, since traffic is heavy and moving at 35 miles per hour, it's safer and more practical to match that speed. Where should you be prepared to stop your vehicle when there is no limit line? A. At the corner. B. Stop 6 feet before the intersection. C. Stop 12 feet before the intersection. Answer: A. Note, at the corner, which is the equivalent to stopping before entering the intersection. Without a limit line or crosswalk, you should stop your vehicle at the corner before entering the intersection. Check traffic in all directions before proceeding. You park your vehicle at the curb on a level 2-way street. Before getting out of your vehicle, you should A. Look for vehicles or bicycles on the traffic side of your vehicle. B. Turn your front wheels towards the curb. C. Make sure you are parked at 2 feet from the curb. Answer: A. When exiting your vehicle, it's crucial to check for any traffic, including bicycles, on the roadside to ensure it's safe to open your door. This is particularly important in areas with bike lanes, as cyclists could be approaching from behind your vehicle. A safety zone is a specially marked area for passengers to get on or off buses or trolleys. You may not drive through a safety zone. A. Only when a bus or trolley is present. B. Only when a bus or trolley is unloading passengers. C. At any time or for any reason. Answer: C. Safety zones are designed for the protection of passengers getting on or off buses or trolleys, and drivers are not permitted to pass through these zones at any time. It is legal to drive with an alcoholic beverage container that has been opened if the container is A. Under the front seat. B. In the glove compartment. C. In the trunk. Answer: C. In the trunk. If you have any alcohol or cannabis in your vehicle, the container must be unopened and sealed. If the container is open, it needs to be stowed in the trunk or in a location where passengers aren't seated. Additionally, storing an open container of alcohol in your glove box is also considered illegal. 3 of the most important times to check traffic behind you or before. A. Backing, making a sharp turn, or crossing an intersection. B. Backing, changing lanes, or slowing down quickly. C. Changing lanes, crossing intersections, or slowing down quickly. Answer B. These are all situations where it's crucial to be aware of the traffic behind you. It helps prevent accidents by ensuring that you're not backing into someone, changing lanes into an occupied lane, or slowing down so quickly that the vehicle behind you cannot stop in time. Which of these statements is true about drinking alcohol and driving? A. If you can walk a straight line after drinking, it is safe to drive. B. If you are under the legal blood alcohol concentration limit, your driving isn't impaired. C. Alcohol affects judgment, which is needed for driving safely. Answer C. Alcohol impairs your judgment, reflexes, and concentration, all of which are crucial for safe driving. It's important to remember that any amount of alcohol can affect these skills, even if you're under the legal blood alcohol concentration limit. This yellow sign means A. Divided highway ends. B. Divided highway ahead. C. Obstructed roadway ahead. Answer B. Divided highway ahead. The sign is typically used to warn drivers of an upcoming divided highway. This means the road will split into two separate roadways by a median or barrier. Which of the following roadways freezes first when wet? A. Bridges and overpasses. B. Intersections. C. Tunnels. Answer A. Bridges and overpasses. Bridges and overpasses tend to freeze first because they have cold air circulating above and below them, causing them to lose heat on both sides. Roads on solid ground only lose heat from the surface, so they freeze after the temperature of the ground itself drops below freezing. When should you yield your legal right-of-way? A. Often, even at controlled intersections. B. When it helps prevent collisions. C. Never, it confuses other drivers. Answer B. When it helps prevent collisions. Even if you legally have the right-of-way, it's essential to prioritize safety over rules. If yielding your right-of-way can help prevent a potential accident, you should do so. Flash your brake lights or turn on your emergency flashers if you A. Need to warn other drivers of a collision ahead. B. Are temporarily parked in a traffic lane to make a delivery. C. Are backing out of a parking space. Answer A. Need to warn other drivers of a collision ahead. Using your brake lights or turning on your emergency flashers can alert drivers behind you to slow down or stop, helping to prevent further collisions. You should use these signals when there's a hazard or potential danger ahead, like a collision or a broken-down vehicle. Always ensure your actions don't mislead or confuse other drivers. A pedestrian starts to cross the street after the don't walk signal begins to flash. The pedestrian is in the middle of the street when your signal light changes to green. You should A. Proceed if you have the right-of-way. B. Proceed if the pedestrian is not in your lane. C. Wait until the pedestrian crosses the street before proceeding. Answer C. Wait until the pedestrian crosses the street before proceeding. Even if your light turns green, safety should always be your first priority. You should wait until the pedestrian has completely crossed the street before you proceed. It is a good habit to signal continuously during the last 100 feet before you turn at an intersection. A. Unless you are in a designated turn lane. B. Unless your turn is protected by a green arrow. C. Even if you do not see any other vehicles around. Answer C. Even if you do not see any other vehicles around. Even if there are no other vehicles in sight, signaling your intent to turn is a good habit to keep. This is important for the potential unseen vehicle, pedestrian, or cyclist. Your signal informs others on the road of your intentions, allowing them to respond appropriately. On a freeway, you should look farther ahead than you would on a city street. A. In order to see potential hazards early. B. Because it takes a quarter mile to stop your vehicle completely. C. Because it helps you keep up with traffic. Answer A. In order to see potential hazards early. On freeways, where speeds are higher, looking farther ahead allows you more time to react to potential hazards or changes in traffic conditions. You are stopped at an intersection. The traffic light just turned green. Should you go immediately? A. Yes, but yield to any vehicle or person still in the intersection. B. Yes, or you could be given a ticket for causing gridlock. C. No, because you must first wait 5 seconds before proceeding. Answer A. Yes, but yield to any vehicle or person still in the intersection. Although the light has turned green, you must yield to any vehicle or person still in the intersection. You are driving 55 miles per hour on a 2-lane highway, 1 lane in each direction, and want to pass the vehicle ahead of you. To pass safely, you need to A. Wait until solid double yellow lines separate the lanes. B. Increase your speed to at least 60 miles per hour. C. Have a large enough gap in the oncoming traffic. Answer C. Have a large enough gap in the oncoming traffic. When passing on a 2-lane road, you must ensure there is enough space for you to pass and return to your lane without impeding oncoming traffic. Do not cross a solid double yellow line in the center of the roadway to A. Pass other vehicles. B. Make a left turn. C. Enter a private driveway. Answer B. Make a left turn. 2 sets of solid double yellow lines that are at least 2 feet apart are treated as a barrier. You should not drive on or over this barrier, nor should you attempt to make a left turn or a U-turn across it, except at specifically designated openings. If you want to pass a bicyclist in a narrow traffic lane when an oncoming vehicle is approaching, A. Honk your horn, then pass the bicyclist. B. Slow down and let the vehicle pass, then pass the bicyclist. C. Wait until the bicyclist rides off the roadway. Answer B. Slow down and let the vehicle pass, then pass the bicyclist. It's safer to slow down and let the oncoming vehicle pass first, and then proceed to pass the bicyclist when it's safe to do so, giving at least 3 feet of clearance. The driver ahead of you stops at a crosswalk. What should you do? A. Cautiously pass the vehicle at 10 miles per hour or less. B. Stop, then proceed when all pedestrians have crossed. C. Change lanes, look carefully, and pass the stopped vehicle. Answer B. Stop, then proceed when all pedestrians have crossed. If a vehicle is stopped at a crosswalk, they are likely yielding to a pedestrian. You should also stop and only proceed when all pedestrians have safely crossed the road. You were parked and have been waiting a long time with your turn signal on to re-enter traffic. However, traffic is heavy. You should A. Continue waiting and yielding to traffic in the lane. B. Slowly inch your vehicle into the traffic lane. C. Drive on the shoulder until a gap in traffic appears. Answer A. Continue waiting and yielding to traffic in the lane. Safety should be the primary concern while re-entering traffic. You should wait until a safe gap appears in traffic before re-entering. Attempting to inch into the lane or using the shoulder could lead to an unsafe situation and potential collision. What is the primary purpose of highway rumble strips? A. To alert drivers they are approaching a stop sign. B. To alert inattentive or drowsy drivers they are leaving the roadway or their lane. C. To provide traction on slippery roads. Answer B. Rumble strips are primarily used to alert inattentive or drowsy drivers. The noise and vibration produced by driving over the strips alert drivers that they are drifting out of their lane or off the road. A white painted curb means A. Loading zone for freight or passengers. B. Loading zone for passengers or mail only. C. Loading zone for freight only. Answer B. Loading zone for passengers or mail only. White curbs are typically designated for very short stops, such as picking up or dropping off passengers or mail. Laws may vary by location, so it's always a good idea to familiarize yourself with the local regulations. When you are merging onto the freeway, you should be driving A. At or near the same speed as the traffic on the freeway. B. 5 to 10 miles per hour slower than the traffic on the freeway. C. The posted speed limit for traffic on the freeway. Answer A. At or near the same speed as the traffic on the freeway. When merging onto a freeway, you should adjust your speed to match that of the freeway traffic to make the merging process smoother and safer. When are you allowed to drive on the shoulder to pass another vehicle? A. When the vehicle ahead is turning left and there is room to pass on the right. B. Under no circumstances. C. When the vehicle ahead is moving below the speed limit. Answer B. Under no circumstances. As a general rule, it is unsafe and illegal to use the shoulder of the road for passing another vehicle. The shoulder is intended for stopped or broken down vehicles and emergency situations. If you abandon an animal on a highway, what could be the possible consequences according to law? A. You may face a fine up to $500 and 3 months in jail. B. You may face a fine up to $1,000, 6 months in jail, or both. C. There will be no consequences as long as the animal is not hurt. Answer B. Abandoning animals on a highway is a serious crime, punishable by significant fines and potential jail time. It not only endangers the lives of the animals, but also the safety of other road users. What is the legal consequence for smoking in a vehicle when a minor is present? A. There are no penalties, it is only advised against. B. You can be fined. C. You can be arrested and jailed. Answer B. You can be fined. Smoking in cars with children under 18 was banned in the state of California in 2007, and is banned in certain counties and cities of Hawaii, Indiana, Kansas, New Jersey, New York, Kentucky, Alabama, and Illinois. As of September 2021, there is no statewide law in California banning smoking in private vehicles. However, some cities and counties in California have implemented local ordinances that prohibit smoking in vehicles when minors, under the age of 18, are present. If your vehicle starts to lose traction because of water on the road, hydroplane, you should A. Drive at a constant speed to gain better traction. B. Apply the brakes firmly to prevent your vehicle from sliding. C. Slow down gradually and not apply the brakes. Answer C. If your vehicle starts to hydroplane, the best course of action is to gradually slow down by easing off the gas pedal. Applying the brakes firmly can lead to skidding or loss of control. When may you legally go around or under a railroad crossing gate? A. Under no circumstances. B. When you can see clearly in both directions. C. When the warning lights are not flashing. Answer A. Under no circumstances. Railroad crossing gates and signals are for your safety and the safety of others. It is illegal under any circumstances to go around or under a railroad crossing gate. Even if you believe you can cross safely, doing so is illegal and extremely dangerous. Which way do you turn your front wheels to park downhill next to a curb? A. Into the curb. B. Away from the curb. C. Parallel to the curb. The correct answer is A. Into the curb. When parking downhill, you should turn your front wheels towards the curb or side of the road to prevent the vehicle from rolling into traffic if the brakes fail. There are 2 traffic lanes in your direction. You are driving in the left lane and many cars are passing you on the right. If the driver behind you wishes to drive faster, you should A. Stay in your lane so you don't impede the traffic flow. B. Drive onto the left shoulder to let the other vehicles pass. C. Move over into the right lane when it is safe. Answer C. Move over into the right lane when it is safe. The left lane on multi-lane roads is often referred to as the passing lane and is typically used for overtaking slower vehicles in the right lane. If you're driving in the left lane and you're being passed on the right, it's a good indication that you should move over to the right. This also helps maintain smoother traffic flow and reduces instances of road rage. However, you should only move to the right when it is safe to do so. It's also important to note that in many jurisdictions, it is required by law to stay in the right lane except to pass. It is against the law to enter an intersection when A. You can't get all the way across before the light turns red. B. The light is flashing yellow and you didn't stop first. C. The light is yellow and you can stop safely. Answer A. You can't get all the way across before the light turns red. It's illegal to enter an intersection if you can't clear it completely, often referred to as blocking the box, even if the traffic signal is green when you initially enter. This law is designed to prevent gridlock and allow cross-traffic to proceed when they have the green signal. If it's not clear that you'll be able to make it all the way across the intersection, you should wait until it is before proceeding.